in the time that you came up and in the place that you came up, probably influenced who your comedic influences are. Can you talk about your comedic influences?
Absolutely. So after after that, when I started around the Sacramento comedy scene, I decided to get a job waiting on tables at the Sacramento Punchline. And I was really lucky to get it because it was between me and this other guy who had like a newborn, and I felt really bad beating him out for the position. But I had deli experience, and there was a lot of it was making sandwiches. And my first job in high school was working at a deli, and that was the only difference, is that I got hired because of deli experience. And the manager at the time told me, he goes, "I wish you hadn't have told me that you want to be a comic, because that just makes me want to hire you less." um but so anyway, I started working waiting on tables at the Punchline, and I got to see the best comics in the world coming through, doing weeks. I got to watch these guys for 7 shows in a row and just study them. I got to watch George Lopez when he was still doing 7 shows a week, and just top of his game Lopez, like just crushing in a way that I've never so few people have crushed as hard as I've seen George crush back in those days. Bobby Slayton, I got to see Chappelle coming through when he was like early 20s Chappelle, like hanging out with Chappelle and
Best.
snapping him and taking him to random rrestaurants and Sac, and
It's like it was your comedy classes and you were getting paid for it.
it really was. It really was. And one very good friend of mine, my friend Jocko, he was kind of like, we were the same age and we were both Filipino, and he was kind of being groomed to for like management, and I was, like the comic, and whenever a comic didn't show, I'd get stage time because I'd get to go on, and my opening line would be, "A lot of you are looking at me like I look familiar, like maybe you've seen me on HBO or Comedy Central. No, I brought over your nachos." Yeah, so that was a nice opening line, and people were supportive, and it was a good environment.
Probably helped with tips.
It didn't as much as you'd think it would. Pretty much like the hot girls got the tips. But I was just happy to be there, and I was super just around everything, and I got to see the best comics in the world coming up and working stuff out. I got to see Chris Rock working out those specials, working out the Back in Black and Bigger and Blacker.
Bigger and Blacker.
I got to see him working those specials out. Like, it was, I got to see, like, everybody would come in, and these, great comics. Jamie Foxx would come in and do a weekend.